Hey there guys, Guy with the Camera 23 back again with another video, and this is going to be the next part in my in-depth Blu-ray overview, and this part is going to focus on amarays I have. Now in this video I'll probably only do A and B because I have time constraints and I don't think I'll be able to get done more than that, but we'll see how it goes. First up we have 13 Assassins, directed by Takashi Miike. Ends in a very good 45-minute long battle scene. Very good. Takashi Miike always has a really kind of good way of directing kind of action scenes. So a 45-minute one is really good. Great action scenes in that. Next up we have a 40-Year-Old Virgin, one of my favourite comedies starring Steve Carell, directed by Judd Apatow. Kind of launched quite a few careers. Without this film, you wouldn't have films like, you know, like Knocked Up and Funny People and stuff, which I haven't actually seen Funny People, but apparently it is well, funny. But anyway, yeah, so one of my favourite comedies. Absolutely love this one. And then we have a 44-inch Chess starring Ray Winston, Ian McShane and John Hurt. It's kind of basically kind of a film version of a stage play about this about Ray Winston's character. His wife has an affair with this this French waiter, and they kind of kidnap him, and they kind of try to decide what to do with him. Really kind of tense scenes and good acting in there. And then we have 127 Hours, directed by Danny Boyle, starring James Franco. The true story of Aaron Ralston, who had his arm trapped between a boulder and a chasm, I guess it is. Really good film. That scene where he cuts off his arm. Just the sound, kind of the sound design for that scene is amazing. Really good scene. Very gory though, but really good. Now we have Adulthood. This is the sequel to Kidulthood. I do prefer Kidulthood that little bit more, but it's still a good film. Directed by Noel Clarke. Really good British film about Sam Peel, who comes out of jail after killing Tryfe from the first film, and kind of avoiding the vendettas and stuff. So really good British film. Oops, sorry. Next we have Adventureland. Surprised how good this film was. It's not one of those kind of like run-of-the-mill comedies. It's kind of a drama comedy, which I've thought really good. About Jesse Eisenberg having to get a job at a amusement park to kind of fund his the trip he wants to go on. Really good, really funny. And then we have American Beauty, directed by Sam Mendes. And has that guy ever directed a film that wasn't American? But anyway, really good. On a lot of people's top 10 lists. I wouldn't say mine, but it is a really good film though. Kevin Spacey, who think Annette Bening won an Oscar or something, or Golden Globe or something, but I'm not going to get it out to see. But anyway, really good film. American History X, directed by Tony Kaye, and I'm pretty sure, I think he's only directed one other film, and the other stuff he directed is it's been music videos. I think he did Chili Peppers video, but anyway, that's beside the point. Very good film this, about kind of like neo-Nazis, starring Ed Norton and Edward Furlong. Really good film, again on a lot of people's kind of top 10 lists. Really good. Very that curb stomp scene still gets me to this day. It's absolutely brutal. Next up, American Mary, directed by the Twisted Sisters, Jen and Sylvia Soska. Very good film this, about this girl kind of exacts revenge on the guy who raped her, and kind of focuses on kind of the body modification scene. But anyway, very stylish violence. Really good film. Surprised how good this film was. But anyway, absolutely great. And then we have Animal Kingdom. I don't know what it is about Australian films that are like really good. I think it's because it's kind of, they just make kind of like really like dark, gritty films, and this is one of them. Absolutely great. But the first film I saw with that featured Ben Mendelsohn, a really good actor from Dark Knight Rises and Plays Beyond the Pines. Anyway, really good Australian kind of crime drama. If you haven't seen it, definitely give it a go. And it's a new, I never know if it's A New Hood or Another Hood. Directed by and starring Adam Deacon. And it's really kind of crazy, this film. It's kind of a spoof on kind of like kidulthood and adulthood. But it's really kind of colourful and crazy, and it's not amazing, but it's kind of a good occasional watch. And then next up is Anvil, Story of Anvil, one of the best documentaries ever made. So good, absolutely amazing. Absolutely adore this film. It's amazing. About the metal band Anvil. A lot of people kind of, if you think about the really big bands from the 80s, you don't think of, well, some people don't think of Anvil, so it kind of put them on the map a bit more. I mean, you don't hear much of them nowadays, but again, it's an amazing documentary. I just wish it was a bit longer. It's only about an hour and 20 minutes. I could watch like 3 hours of those guys. It's absolutely amazing. Next up, Apocalypto, directed by Mel Gibson, not starring, about the ancient Mayans. I remember seeing one of the first 18 rated films I saw at the cinema. Very good. And then we have the Batman films, the 1989 Tim Burton Batman. Not the biggest fan of this film. I just don't see like a time when I think, oh, I really want to watch Batman. Not to say it's a bad film, but it's not kind of a go-to film for me. Then we have Batman Returns. Little bit not disappointed with this film. I just thought it was a bit kind of, the plot strands are little bit tenuous, but not to say they're bad films, but I just didn't blow me away by a long chalk. Anyway, Batman Forever. A lot of people shit on this film, but I quite enjoy it. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. And then we have Batman and Robin. Again, it's not great. I'll say that, it's not great. Then we have Batman Gotham Knight, an animated Batman film. I haven't checked this out yet, but I'll be doing that soon. Really good. Well, it looks pretty good. And then we have Batman Dark Knight Returns Part 1. This is the UK version. The US version looks a little bit better, but this will do for now. Again, I haven't checked this one out yet, and Part 2 is out now, so wait till that's down in price, probably watch them back to back. Then we have Be Kind Rewind, directed by Michel Gondry, and starring Jack Black and Mos Def. Really kind of crazy funny film. This it's about Jack Black character who erases all the videotapes in this video store, and they have to kind of film their own versions of the films or swede them, which is really good idea. Really kind of just like a fun, visually great movie. Then we have Barbarian Sound Studio. This is one of my top films of last year, about a guy who starts work on a Italian horror film, doing all the kind of the Foley effects and stuff. Really dark kind of. It is scary, but it's just kind of like audibly scary, if you know what I mean. An amazing sound design on this film. Definitely check it out if you're a fan of kind of just dark, different kind of horror films. It's not a horror film per se, but I suppose you could call it a horror film. Then we have Big Lebowski. I have to say, this film didn't kind of blow me away, but I just think it's one of those films that if I kind of like watch a few times, I'd appreciate more, but I just don't see a point where, again, like Batman, I don't see a point where I think, oh, I want to watch The Big Lebowski, but I'll check it out again sometime. Then we have Blair Witch Project, the original and best found footage horror film. So you can't really see that. Sorry about the glare, it's quite sunny outside, so it's kind of in an awkward angle, this bookcase. But anyway, really good found footage horror film. One of the only ones I actually like watching. The Paranormal Activities are going rubbish. But anyway, next up, Blue Valentine. Starring Ryan Gosling, who is Hollywood's golden child at the moment, and Michelle Williams. Really good drama film about these two people marriages that falls apart. Very good acting in that, and directing. And it's with Bonded by Blood, one of the, I think, 4 or 5 films based on the the Essex Rettendon murders. I think this is kind of like, I say it's one of like the fourth. I haven't watched this yet, but I'm a big fan of British films. But again, I don't know when I will watch it kind of eventually, but I don't know. Next up, Boogie Nights, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, great director, and an amazing film. That scene with what was it, Burt Reynolds in the kind of the limo, kind of towards the end of the film, with just that music in the background, is really amazing scene that, and really good. Based on, well, I suppose you could say it's based on John Holmes, but it's kind of a different. It's a made-up character, but you kind of think that it's based on John Holmes. But anyway, Born on the 4th of July, starring Tom Cruise, directed by, is it Ridley Scott? No, Oliver Stone even, sorry. Again, I haven't checked this out yet. I'll probably do a first watch on that somewhere down the line. Then we have The Box, directed by Richard Kelly. People don't like this film, but I really do. And also Southland Tales, I don't think it was that bad, to be quite honest. Obviously, Donnie Darko is not going to do a film better than that, ever. Well, nobody will do a film better than that, to be quite honest. So, yeah, The Box, directed by, based on the short story Button Button by the late, great Richard Matheson. Then we have Bridge to Terabithia, whichever you want to call it, starring Josh Hutcherson and Anna Sophia Robb. Great kind of, you wouldn't think it'd be a tearjerker, but it really is. If you haven't seen it, I'm not going to give away the plot twist, but it's absolutely devastating. Really good film though. That's Bridge to Terabithia. Then Brokeback Mountain, directed by Ang Lee, the film that kind of launched his career again after his career nearly halted after the Hulk came out. Kind of nearly spoiled his career. But then he bought off this film. It won 4 BAFTAs and 3 Oscars, including Best Director. Absolutely amazing film about the kind of forbidden love between two cowboys. And we have Brooklyn's Finest, a kind of, I don't know, kind of action drama, kind of three different stories, kind of intertwine. Then we have Bruno, directed by Larry Charles and starring Sacha Baron Cohen. The same kind of found footage film as Borat, but again, not the best one. Borat is like 10 times better, but this is still pretty good. Bullet Boy, starring Ashley Walters, another British film about kind of gun violence and kind of how it affects different people. And last title for this part, we have The Business, directed by Nick Love, and obviously starring Danny Dyer, Tamer Hassan, and Jeff Bell. Really good British film. Not as good as A Football Factory, but it is kind of just a little bit lower than that. But pretty good film, but not amazing. So that's going to do for this part. That has been well, the numbered tiles on A and B. Next part will be at least, well, be from C onwards, depending on how much I can fit in the video. But for now, that's it for this part. Please rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.